What's going on, guys, and welcome to today's YouTube video. In today's video we are going to discuss the current state of Bitcoin and we are going to discuss the current state of Phantom, in which both of them are finally showing some signs of volatility and some potential trade setups. We can see that Bitcoin, after sweeping the low over here where we had a big wick, it started moving sideways, very slow and choppy movement in which a lot of people got chopped up. We got another sweep of this low over here where we tapped into the range lows that we had over here. So these are our range lows. Tapped into it, and afterwards we saw a nice bounce towards the upside, definitely showing some momentum towards the upside. Now, we put in this low over here on Monday, and we know that the Monday high and Monday low are always very important liquidity objectives. And the market makers are looking to take out the Monday high and also the Monday low. Usually, I would say this is a classic reversal setup, and I would take the trade any day, any time, right? Because we have a high time frame sweep of liquidity. That high time frame sweep of liquidity is followed by a lower time frame sweep of liquidity. And after that lower time frame sweep of liquidity, we are getting a bounce towards the upside that contains a lot of momentum. You can see the momentum by spotting the fair value gaps over here. This is where we have a bullish fair value gap, right? So green candle followed by another green candle followed by another green candle, which is what we call a bullish fair value gap. All right, bullish imbalance over here. We have another bullish imbalance over here, right? So these imbalances and also this vertical move towards the upside that we can identify like this is definitely a vertical move, is definitely looking like we see a lot of momentum entering the market again towards the upside. And we could be looking for a potential reversal play. Now on Bitcoin, I'm a little bit more careful, right? Usually I would say, okay, I'm gonna draw my Fibonacci retracement tool, right? I'm gonna draw my fixed range volume profile tool, something like this. Okay, I can see some interesting things, right? I can see that we have the point of control over here. That is also where we have our break of structure. We have the 0.5 fib a little lower. This level over here, where the hour 4 candles fail to gain twice, right? So we have the support over here, this little wick, right? So this is interesting price action, right? We put in this wick, we bounce, then we get that breakdown eventually, retest that wick over here. Then on the 4-hourly time frame, we fail to close above that wick, right? What happens is push towards the downside. Another test, fail to close above the wick with the 4-hour candles. What happens is we get a sweep of this liquidity, and afterwards we consolidate a little bit, and this is the origin of this impulse towards the upside. And now we have gained this level, right? So that is definitely a key level to watch. So usually I would say second wave, let's say we start a new 5-wave structure towards the upside, and this is our first wave, second wave, third wave, fourth wave, fifth wave, right? This is something that I would be looking at, in which the second wave usually should retrace back towards the golden pocket before potentially continuing towards the upside. Now, we have actually a little bit of a bigger area of support, right? Because we also have this point of control, break of structure, 0.5 aligning with this key level over here around 27.8K. So I would be saying that as long as Bitcoin holds on to this area over here, it is looking good for continuation towards the upside. And usually I would be looking to put my long bids within this area with my invalidation below this low over here. The only thing that is worrying me right now is that this low over here is the Monday low, and this high over here was the Monday high. So right now we've taken out the Monday high, so the next liquidity objective could be the Monday low over here. Now a lot of people started shorting with these wicks on the 4-hourly time frame, right? So you see these wicks towards the upside. So many people just shorted on crypto Twitter. It was insane. I've almost never in my life seen so many people take the same short setup. I told my members we're not going to take it because it is a too overcrowded trade. What happens is this candle is squeezing them out of their position. So Psychology is also a very important part of trading, right? You always want to be one step ahead of the retail traders, or at least of the majority of the market. If the majority of the market is taking a certain position, you always have to ask yourself twice if that is the right decision, or if you should counter trade them. So personally, I think longs, they are for pullbacks, they are for potential longs, but I would prefer to look for longs on altcoins and Ethereum that did take out the Monday low and haven't taken out the Monday high. At least Ethereum hasn't taken out the Monday high until now, instead of Bitcoin, because this Monday low looks like it might be taken out before potential continuation. But like I said, this looks like a classic reversal structure, right? My system is telling me that we could be seeing a potential high time frame reversal for the Bitcoin price. Okay, Phantom, very interesting chart in which also for Phantom, daily candle closed pretty strongly, right? So daily candle over here closed bullish engulfing and also a very, very strong hammer candlestick. Now on the 1 hourly time frame, we can see that after we had our consolidation over here, we got our manipulation area over here, and now we are potentially entering the expansion phase towards the upside. So for Phantom, we are looking at a potential PO3 pattern, in which we can also see that our previous demand area over here was holding on for the Phantom price. So if I zoom in and I mark out this hour 1 order block and I extend it to the right, we can see that Phantom found beautiful support around the bullish order block before bouncing with a lot of momentum towards the upside. From the lows, we saw a bounce towards the upside of approximately 10.8%, which is a very, very strong bounce. This bounce towards the upside, just like with Bitcoin, left behind a lot of imbalances and was definitely a move with momentum, right? We see this vertical move, and that vertical move was also causing a break of structure over here, or you can even take this break of structure, right? Nice hour 1 candle close above. Starts consolidating. So in my opinion, potential pullbacks are for longing. Okay, so if we go from swing low to swing high, we can see that we have the 0.5 fib level aligning with this previous supply candle, right? So we have this inside bar over here before we dropped off towards the downside, which is now becoming our breaker block for Phantom. So that is definitely our first area of support to look for potential longs. The theory says that if, just like with Bitcoin, we start a potential impulse towards the upside, the second wave should retrace back towards the golden Fibonacci ratio, where we also have this previous break of structure and where we also have this previous range low before continuing the third, fourth, and fifth wave towards the upside. Now, like I said, previous range low over here, previous lower high before drop off, which caused this break of structure, and we have the golden pocket, right? Beautiful area of support. So for Phantom, what I'm potentially looking at is that if we go onto the lower time frames, that we are potentially starting to form a ABC correction in which we have A, B, C. Now that C wave can find support around this box that I just marked out over here, right, where we have that breaker block, where we have that 0.5 fib, where you might wait for low time confirmation to look for potential long positions, or we go down a little more and tap into that golden pocket, maybe tap into this consolidation area over here, in which we maybe get something like this. This is something that I'm watching for Phantom, to look for potential longs on Phantom, in which I do think that this chart is looking very, very pretty, right? Also 4 hourly time frame. If I remove my drawings and we just look at the naked chart for Phantom, we can see that there was definitely some demand coming into the market over here with this consolidation, and we got a very, very strong breakout candle towards the upside, right? So potential longs could be entered on a pullback to ride them towards the upside, to profit them and tap into this big hour 4 imbalance over here. Or if we go on to the daily time frame, main target remains this daily fair value gap, which is basically the same level. Okay, this is what I'm looking at for the market, right? I think we are looking at potential reversal structures, but I think we should be a little bit cautious because Bitcoin hasn't taken out the Monday low yet. Now, let's see what the market will provide us. Let's see if we get some interesting opportunities in the upcoming days. Volatility finally returning, momentum finally returning to the markets, so opportunities will present themselves. If you do have any questions after watching this video, make sure to hit me up in my DMs on Twitter or join our free Discord to ask all the questions that you want over there, and I will make sure to answer them for you guys. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll speak to you guys very, very soon. Ciao, ciao.